Hi guys, my name's Sam. Thank you for choosing to watch my chair yoga video today. I'm just going to guide you through a few very simple stretches you can do on your chair. Perfect for if you work in an office or if you're in front of a computer or working from home a lot at the moment. Hopefully this is going to give you just a few ideas for a few simple stretches you can incorporate into your day, just to get the energy moving in the body a little bit, help you just switch off from whatever you're working on and come back, hopefully feeling a little bit more mobile and a little bit more focused. All right, so we're going to get started. So whatever chair you're sitting on, hopefully it's a slightly harder chair rather than a soft armchair or anything like that. If you can shift yourself towards the front of your chair, so you're not leaning into the back of your chair. So we're going to just start to work on our posture a little bit here and our grounding. So take a moment to just move yourself towards the front of your chair. So you're not leaning into the back of your chair, so you're starting to activate your stabilizer muscles and begin to work on your posture already. Okay, so take a moment to look down at your feet. They're about hip width apart and your toes are facing straight forward. Pick up all 10 of your toes, spread them wide in the air, and then lay them down onto the floor. All right, knees are over ankles and then resting your palms on top of your legs. Sit up tall, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Close your eyes. And take one shoulder roll. So as you breathe in, roll your shoulders up towards your ears. And then as you breathe out, gently broaden and slot the shoulder blades down back. Keep the eyes closed. And take a long deep breath in through your nose, sitting up tall from the belly through the heart to the top of the head. Exhale through your mouth, release it. Do 2 more of those, taking a deep belly breath, lifting the heart. Do that one more time. And then keeping your eyes closed, just take a couple of moments to notice how your body's feeling. Relax your forehead and your jaw. And start to notice the way your breath is flowing in your body. Bringing your awareness to your feet as they rest on the floor beneath you. Noticing the heaviness of the palms as they rest on the thighs. And the heaviness of the backs of the thighs on your seat. With every exhale breath you take, try and let the whole bottom half of the body be even heavier. Release a little further into the floor, into the chair. Knowing your bottom body is completely supported. And then keeping that heaviness in your seat, take a full inhale. Uncurl the spine, lift from the belly through the heart to the top of the head. Keep that height and length in the spine. As you breathe out, let your shoulders release and let the legs and arms grow heavy again. 5 more full cycles of breath. Lengthening out the inhale as you lift and sit up tall. Keeping that space, and again, just letting any tension in the shoulders, in the jaw, in the bottom body release as you breathe out. 3 to 4 more full cycles of breath. Starting to lengthen every inhale breath. Starting to deepen and soften every exhale breath. Keeping your eyes closed, but remember you can always just take a peek at the video if my guidance or my cues are a little confusing. Take a deep breath in here again, lifting through the belly, lift the chest, lift through the top of the head. This time as you breathe out, slowly bring your chin down towards your chest, drawing your shoulder blades back and down. Keep the eyes closed. I'm just going to start with a few stretches for the neck today. So you're very slowly going to keep that lift through the middle and upper back. And just start to trace your chin across your collarbone. You can go either way, taking the chin all the way to one side, towards the armpit or the opposite shoulder. Take a deep breath there, and then slowly as you breathe out, travel the chin back through center. Take it all the way over to the opposite shoulder. Keep the eyes closed and just start doing this a couple of times. Hopefully starting to notice a little bit of opening, a little bit of release in the back of the neck here. Breathing smoothly, breathing slowly, and keeping that lift through the chest as you move. And then the next time your ear comes towards your right shoulder, you're very slowly going to start to tilt the chin up so the head is stacked over the spine, and then take the left ear down towards the left shoulder. So we're moving into a few side neck rotations here. Breathing in, lift the head through center. Breathing out, right ear to right shoulder. Do that a few more times. Every time the head passes through center, you breathe in and sit up a little taller, drawing your abdomen to your spine, and every time you breathe out, the ear comes to the shoulder. Good. A couple more just like that. Breathing in and breathing out. And then the next time the right ear comes to the right shoulder, you're going to keep it there and start to look down towards your right armpit. So your chin is tilting down to your right armpit. Draw your left shoulder down and back, and take a deep breath here into the left side of the neck. Really soften through that tension, through that left shoulder as you breathe out. And then maybe start to tilt the chin up towards the ceiling and bring it back down towards the armpit. So just do this a few times. Notice where in this particular part of the movement you're getting the most benefit or feeling the most release in the left side of the neck, and maybe just keep moving around it if that movement feels good, or maybe stop and take a few full breaths into wherever you need it the most. Last 3. Last 2. Slowly bring the chin back down towards the right armpit. We're going to trace the collarbone to go to the other side. So really slowly drawing both shoulders back and down, super slow, trying to avoid any sudden twinges in the neck. Tracing the chin all the way over towards the left armpit. Drawing the right shoulder blade back and down. Breathing into the top right side of the neck here. And then very gently and kindly starting to tilt the chin from the armpit up towards the ceiling, just like you did on the other side. And very smoothly and slowly taking the chin back down. So kind of half semicircles here, working into top right side of the neck. Notice if this side feels perhaps slightly tighter or slightly more mobile than the other side. Maybe it's because you're left or right-handed. Often very different tightness or sensations in the shoulders from one side to the other. All right, last few moments. Remember to pause and breathe into wherever you need it the most if that feels good. And then slowly bringing the chin back down towards the left armpit, tracing it all the way through center. And now slowly looking down towards the lap, you're going to blink the eyes open. Good, looking up when you're ready. All right, so we're going to start to just warm up the upper back and the shoulders a little bit now, so get that energy moving in the upper body. So you're going to bring your hands onto your shoulders and just start with a very few simple shoulder rotations. So again, always feel free to close the eyes once we've got going. You can always rewind, pause, go back to the video. I encourage you to just notice how this movement is feeling in your upper back. Good. Maybe you're really tight and you need to slow your pace down a little bit. And as you start to mobilize or open up, maybe you can start to make larger circles with the elbows or make them slightly quicker. And then begin to notice what's happening to your breath. So as the elbows go back and the chest lifts, maybe take a deep breath in. As the elbows come together, maybe begin to round your spine like a cat pose, breathing out. Inhale, lifting the chest, keeping the ribs wrapped in. And exhale, rounding, maybe gazing towards the belly. Nice, guys. All right, stop wherever you are and now start to go backwards. So you're going to send the elbows back and lift the chest with an inhale. Exhale, broaden the shoulder blades, belly draws in as the elbows brush past you. And again, maybe close the eyes, big breath in and breathing out, moving in time with your breath for another 3. For another 2. Eyes open, keep the hands on the shoulders, slowly bring the elbows in line with the shoulders now, looking towards me. Last little bit of movement here. You're going to send one elbow forward, it doesn't matter which, and one elbow back. Almost like you're beginning to row a boat with your elbows. So this should start to feel really nice in the sides of the waist, in the upper back. Maybe close the eyes, breathing in and breathing out. Nice long deep breaths here for 3. So can you make even bigger circles with the elbows, maybe turning towards the side of the room a little bit more for 2. And stop wherever you are and row backwards. So breathing in, this feels pretty good. I hope it does for you as well. And breathing out, you've got another 3. You've got another 2. All right, begin to open your eyes. You're slowly going to release your hands down into your lap. Round your spine, looking towards your belly. As you breathe in, sweep the arms up, reach through the fingers, arms in line with the ears, spine uncurls. Maybe look towards the palms. Turn the palms outwards and press the wet air away from you as you breathe out. 3 more. Draw the abdomen in. Big stretch up, inhale. Exhale, press the air away. 2 more of these. Breathing in and breathing out. Last one, breathing in and breathing out. Eyes are open if you've closed them. Stretch the arms up again, big breath in. This time interlace the fingers, bring the thumbs to touch and press the heels of the palms to the ceiling. Keep the abdomen in, breathe in and stretch up through the heels of the hands. Let the shoulders lift in line with the ears and then slowly start to lean over to the right. Really try and ground down through your left hip here. Big breath into the side of the left rib cage. And then inhale, come back through center and go the other way. Breathing in as you lift through the heels of the palms and breathing out, really grounding that right hip further to your chair. And a couple more, breathing in as you pass through center, drawing the abdomen in and breathing out. Maybe starting to turn the gaze up towards the ceiling, just moving side to side. Make this the last one each side. Big smooth breaths here. Okay. And then come back through center. Keep the hands interlaced. This time bring the hands behind the head. Keep the rib cage and abdomen drawn in here. Start to pull the elbows apart and press the back of the head into the hands. Take a deep breath in, opening the chest. Breathe out, draw the belly in and up. Start to round the spine. Maybe draw on the neck with the hands slightly on the head, feeling that stretch in the back body. Bringing the elbows towards each other, looking to the belly button. Just take an extra breath here, broaden the shoulder blades away from the ears, really breathe into the back of the rib cage. And then keep the hands behind the head and inhale, open up, big breath. Exhale, round it back in. 2 more. Inhale, stretching it up and open, really broadening through those elbows. Exhale, belly draws in and up. Rounding. Maybe the back of your spine is touching the back of the chair. You're rounding so much. 1 more big breath in. And big breath out. Stay rounded over here. You're going to release your hands into your lap. Again, sweep the arms up in line with the ears. Take a deep breath in. This time your left fingers are going to come to the outside of your right leg. Press into the leg. Draw the abdomen in. Leg presses into hand, grow tall through the top fingers. Keep the bottom body as it is. You're going to twist towards the right as you breathe out. So a few options with this back hand. You can either keep it reaching out long, palm is facing where you're looking to the side of the room, or you might want to bend the elbow and take hold of the back of your chair. So you've got a little bit more traction there for a deeper twist. This will be a little bit more active. This will be a little bit more passive. So maybe try both and see how it feels. Whichever option you're taking, you're going to draw the abdomen and lift the chest as you inhale. Press your front thigh into your hand. Twist, look over your back shoulder. Lead with the chest as you exhale. Draw your abdomen in, whichever option you're taking with that back hand, release it. Arms come in line with the ears, face forwards, big breath in. Same twist the other way as you breathe out. So this time your right fingertips come to the outside of your left leg. Take that same option you took with the back arm as you did on the other side. Inhale, lift the chest, sit up tall. Exhale, press the front leg into the hand, twist, look over your back shoulder. Stay here again, big breath in, twist, pressing the leg into the hand. A couple more, a little faster. Inhale, come through center, arms in line with the ears. One exhale to twist here, maybe leading with the chest and going a little further with the twist. Inhale, abdomen draws in, arms high through center. Exhale, go the other way. Last one, inhale, come through center. Exhale, twist and stay here. Take one last full twist breath. And then look back towards me. You're going to press the front leg into the hand even more. Release the back hand. Slowly reach it up and over the head. Breathe in and reach through the top fingers. Breathe out, press that leg into the hand. Maybe turn the chest to the ceiling. Start to draw your abdomen in and up. Look down at your left knee. Imagine there's a beach ball on it. Breathe out, draw the belly in. Start to reach the top palm up and over the knee. Maybe close the eyes. This should feel a pretty deep stretch all the way down the right side of the spine. Maybe all the way down to the top of that right hip. Few more breaths. Maybe uncurl, curl, uncurl. Whatever feels good. Easing into that tightness in the back body. For 3. For 2. Eyes open. Release the top palm back to either side. And then release the bottom arm as well. Good. Oh, close the eyes. Maybe a few shoulder rotations. Bring your hands onto your thighs, just close the eyes for a moment. Soften your face and take a few full breaths. Lengthening the breath back out and just noticing how your breath, how your energy is moving in the body, any sensations in the right side body. Maybe it feels slightly different to the left side body. And then bringing your chin to your heart to open the eyes. We're just going to repeat that twist on the other side. So take a deep breath in and stretch the arms to the sky. Breathe out and twist towards the left. So right fingers come to left knee. Other hand reaches out long behind you, or you take hold of the back of the chair. Wherever you are, lift the heart, abdomen in as you breathe in. Lead with the chest rather than the back shoulder as you breathe out. Look back towards me, press the front hand into the leg more, start to release that back hand, sweeping it up and over the top ear, press that bottom leg into the arm, breathing in, reaching through the fingers, breathing out, maybe turning the chest, looking up to the ceiling, big stretch here, and then maybe taking the gaze to the right knee. Again, imagine you've got a beach ball on top of it, so you're going to start to draw the abdomen in and up, reaching the top arm and elbow up and over. Ooh, close the eyes here. And again, not worrying too much about the movements I'm making, but just try to roll through the spine here and find where needs a bit of attention, a little bit of opening in the whole left side of the body here. Maybe you're feeling it a little bit more down towards the bottom hip or up towards the shoulder. You've got another 3. Maybe pausing for a moment if needed. For 2. Again, open the eyes, slowly bring that top palm back down and release the front arm. Good. Wow. All right, take a few shoulder rolls, just ease that out. And then you're going to take your feet a little bit wider. Come back slightly further forward on your chair, just adjust as necessary with the hips as we get going and you kind of know where we're going. We're going to fold forward. So you're going to ground down through the feet, take the arms all the way up, big breath in. Hinge from the hips, lean forward, 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 forward. And then option 1, slightly easier, just rest the arms onto the thighs, just let the head hang, maybe rocking a bit side to side. Or you might want to bring your fingertips to the floor, or maybe you can fold all the way over. Try not to fall off the chair, please. Just fold all the way over. You might want to take your hips slightly wider, your feet slightly wider. Again, I just encourage you to find a natural or nice angle or opening for the hips here that feels good. If you're quite tight in the spine, you might want to keep the hands on the floor like I am, or else you might want to take hold of either elbow. Just let the upper body hover off the floor. Let the neck be heavy, the head be heavy. Shake the head yes, no, rock it forward and back and side to side. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of the body here. Really letting gravity help draw the body in between the legs. And again, always just releasing the hands to the floor if it becomes a little bit much. Close your eyes. Again, maybe moving a little bit or just finding that weight of the upper body starting to lengthen down towards the floor. You've got another 3. You've got another 2. Slowly open your eyes. If you've closed them, come up onto the fingertips, take the hands to the front of the shins and slowly start to walk your hands up your legs and come all the way to seated. Good. All right, toe heel your feet so they're about hip width apart again. Okay, so we're going to start to open up the legs a little bit now as well as the shoulders. So a bit of core activation first. So again, really good for our posture. So we're sitting up nice and tall. So you're drawing the abdomen in. You're wrapping the rib cage in, your shoulders are stacked over your hips, and you're lifting up through the top of the head. Okay, so you're not leaning back into the chair here. Try to keep that. Slowly lift the left hip toes up, lift the leg up without leaning backwards. So your abdomen's drawing in, lift that left knee up, and then slowly place it back down. Breathing in to lift, knee comes towards chest, chest lifts, try not to lean backwards, and breathing out. So to keep doing that side to side, hopefully starting to feel a little bit of activation of the core here, really good for the posture. Try not to lean back. Good. All right, last time, lifting up the left leg. This time you're going to interlace your hands around the left shin. Broaden the shoulder blades away from the ears, press the shin into the hand, lift the chest. Breathe out, draw the belly in up and bring your knee towards your nose, feeling that nice stretch in the back of the body. Keep the hands on the shins. On the shin, and inhale, bring the leg back down, lift the heart. And exhale, bring it in again. Keep those shoulders drawn away from the ears. One more inhale. And knee to nose, exhale. Open the eyes. You're slowly going to move now into a seated pigeon. So your right hand's going to take your left ankle, and you're just going to bring the foot on top of the thigh. Okay. So finding a comfortable grounded seat in the hips here. You may already be feeling something in the outer left hip. So looking down at your front foot, the foot that's on your thigh, starting to make a few ankle rotations here. So just starting to mobilize the ankle a little bit. Our feet can get very little movement when we're sitting at the desk. So this is really nice to just get that blood circulation going in the feet. And if you find your mind starts to drift a little bit when you do things like this, it's always, I find it useful looking, if you can, if the foot isn't behind you, looking at the movement you're making and just really trying to make those circles as big as possible. For another 3, make sure you're going in both directions. For another 2, keep that heart lifted and posture nice and good. And 1, good. All right, so just bringing the hands to rest on the legs. One hand to one knee, one hand to one ankle. Press onto the leg and lift the chest as you breathe in. And imagining your shin is like a window ledge and you're just peering over, leading with the chest and hinging from the hips. All right, so maybe you close the eyes. You should be feeling something going on here in the outer left hip. So maybe you've already felt it with a seated straight spine. Then that's where you stay today. And then maybe over time, after like 3 or 4 breaths, you start to hinge forward a little bit. Again, maybe that gentle rocking helps just to find that bit of openness. And then if you're feeling pretty open, you can always start to bring your hands down in front of the shin. And whether your hands are down, reaching towards the floor, or whether they're on the shin, you might want to start to just turn the upper body towards your foot as I'm doing here. Bringing in a little bit of a rotation, and that will bring maybe a slightly deeper stretch there, so be nice and gentle. You've got another 3. Maybe starting to take the gaze over the top shoulder if you've taken this rotation with me. You've got another 2. And then very gently coming all the way back, stacking the spine. You're going to take your top knee now and cross it fully over your bottom leg. So sitting cross-legged now. Couple of options. So you just want to move your hips so your knees are right in the center of the hips here. Taking like an eagle, seated eagle. So option 1 is to just squeeze the feet together, squeeze the shins together. Option 2, maybe you can wrap the ankle, around the calf. So if that's not an option for you today, or it doesn't feel good for whatever reason, you're just going to keep squeezing the legs together. Draw the abdomen in and stretch the arms up, big breath in. And then bend your elbows as you breathe out. So option 1 here, your right arm is going to come to your left shoulder, other hand to other shoulder. You're going to bring the elbows apart and you're going to start to broaden the shoulder blades away from each other as you round. So feeling the stretch between your shoulder blades. This is your option 1. Otherwise, coming back to the starting position, you're going to wrap your right arm under your left arm. Back of the arms touch, or palms also touch. So either of those options. Then going to bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Draw your shoulder blades away from the ears and start to draw your forearms actively away from your face. Close your eyes here and take a deep breath into the back of the shoulder blades. You should be feeling a stretch between the shoulder blades here. Either stay here, or you're going to breathe in and start to lift the palms up towards the ceiling. Take the gaze with you. As you breathe out, draw the belly in and out and bring your elbows towards your belly, fingers towards knees. 2 more. Inhale, uncurl, maybe lift the arms up slightly. And exhale, shoulders away from the ears, draw it in. 1 more inhale. And stay rounded over as you exhale for 3. Shoulders away from the ears here for 2. Eyes open. Uncross the legs and arms at the same time. Maybe walk the feet a little bit wider again. Maybe angling the feet out a little. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, dive forward, forward, forward. Again, either arms just to thighs and just let yourself kind of hang here a little bit, especially if you've got a little bit lightheaded or headache or anything like that. Or you can bring the head all the way over. Again, maybe just rocking a bit side to side. Maybe now starting to walk the hands all the way to one side. Taking the arm around the opposite shin or thigh to find that deeper side back stretch. This is just all options. So again, maybe just staying folded over or with the hands on the thighs feels good. Going the other way. And then in your own way, again, maybe walking the hands up the shins to the thighs. You're going to come all the way up to a seated position. Toe heel the feet back together. Make sure you're not leaning back into the chair. Just bring the arms onto the thighs. Maybe eyes closed for your full cycle of breath, just to center. Breathing in and lifting the chest, reaching up through the top of the head, and breathing out, relaxing the shoulders and grounding down through the thighs. Okay, eyes open. Finding that nice seated position. Again, activating the core here. So trying to sit up nice and tall. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Lifting up through the top of the head, then grounding down with the left foot. You're going to lift the right leg up and interlace the hand around the shin. Inhale, press the shin into the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine, draw the shoulders away from the ears. 2 more. Inhale, drop the knee, lift the chest. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Eyes open, just bring the shin back down, keep hold of it. And then taking your left hand to bring the right ankle on top of the thigh. All right, so same thing as hips and as what I said with the neck and the shoulders. Hips are the same. This side may feel tighter or maybe a little bit more open than the other side. Looking at the ankle and starting to make those rotations with the ankles. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe a few toe points or scrunches, anything that just feels good to get those ankles and feet mobilized a little bit. And just like the other side, start to notice what's happened to your posture. Now you become kind of very absorbed on your foot. You're going to keep lifted, keep that nice sense of length and lift in the upper body. All right, so coming to stillness with that ankle now. Bring the hand to the ankle and the knee. And just like we did on the other side, finding length first with the inhale, really press the spine into the back of the body. And then start to hinge forward. And maybe this is enough for today. Maybe this side's your tighter side. It certainly is my tighter side. So maybe close the eyes and start to take any kind of force out of this. And maybe just very slowly starting to rock and ease that tightness open. Nice and gently. Maybe you're hinging slightly further forward and forward. Keeping that breath nice and long and smooth. And then as that openness begins to happen, maybe you're going to walk the hands a little bit further down towards the floor. Trying to keep that lift and openness through the chest. And just like the other side, maybe you start to walk the hands a little bit further over towards the foot that's up on the thigh. Really grounding down through that right outer hip. And then just like the other side, maybe you're taking a little bit of a twist, looking over that top shoulder if that feels good. If it doesn't, then just skip it. For another 5. For another 4. Really directing the breath into where you're feeling that tension. Last 2. And then slowly eyes open, coming all the way back up. Take your time. And then slowly using the hand to cross the knee over, finding your eagle legs. So make sure you're sitting nice and centrally in the chair, you're nice and supported and grounded in your seat. Again, squeezing the shins or maybe hooking the foot. And just make sure the knees are in the middle of the hips. And then squeeze the bottom body, lift up through the arms with a big breath in. Bend the elbows as you breathe out. This time your right hand will maybe come to the left shoulder first, other side, broaden through the shoulders and round. So this is your option 1, hopefully accessible for all of us. Otherwise, eagle. You're going to wrap your left arm under your right arm this time. Again, maybe just the back of the arm squeezed together. Maybe the palms cross as well. Elbows in line with shoulders. Shoulders broaden away from the ears. Close the eyes and start to draw the forearms away from the face. Just notice how this feels here in the back of the neck, in the back of the shoulder. Big breath in between those shoulder blades. And then maybe breathing in and lifting up the elbows or the fingers towards the ceiling. Breathing out, rounding the spine, drawing your elbows into your belly and fingers towards your knee. Inhale, curl open, lift the fingers, lift the heart. And exhale, draw it in. Last one, big breath in. And slowly breathing, drawing it in here for 3. Really broaden those shoulder blades apart. For 2, big breath into the back of the lungs. And then when you're ready, uncross the legs, uncross the arms. Legs move a comfortable distance apart. Big breath in as you sweep the arms high. Big breath out as you fold all the way forward. Well done, guys. Close the eyes. Again, maybe a little bit of rocking with the upper body. Maybe a bit of shaking side to side. Really letting that head hang heavy and that tension begin to fall from the lower back now, all the way out through the top of the head. And then very slowly in your own time, you're going to use your hands for the final time to come back up to a seated position. I'd encourage you to keep the gaze low or eyes closed, toe heel the feet back into that starting position. Bring your hands back on top of the thighs, bring the chin away from the chest, sitting up tall. And taking a few full cycles of breath here. Noticing any differences in how your body's feeling. Becoming aware of any sensations, any perhaps slight tingling in the body, a bit of warmth perhaps. Before coming back to that smooth flow of breath. Taking a big breath in as you lift from the belly through the heart to the top of the head. Taking a big breath out as you soften those shoulders and let the legs and arms be heavy. Take one more breath here. Sweep the arms up in line with the ears, reaching towards the ceiling, eyes closed. Bring the palms together in front of the heart. Bring the thumbs to chest, touch the chest bone as you breathe out. Inhale, lift the chest bone towards the thumbs. Exhale, bend your chin towards your fingers, pressing your thumbs into your chest bone. And slowly opening your eyes. Namaste, guys. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you feel good to get back to the office. But no, I hope you will feel good and a little bit more mobile in your body now and a little bit more focused for whatever the afternoon has ahead. Thank you as always for practicing with me, and I hope to see you again soon.